Hi, welcome to Coral Roots. I'm Adrian. This is my husband Eddie, a reluctant participant in the channel. Meet our golden retriever, Carol. Claire joins us as a special guest from time to time. And we live in Cape Coral, Florida. This channel is devoted to all things living that summer 365 lifestyle. Follow along as I serial start new projects and learn from YouTube University.
Why are there so many flies? I don't know about that. I don't like that. Hello, welcome back to Coral Roots. I'm Adrian. Per the intro, today is our June garden tour, and the grape right now is going crazy and showing off for you. So that's why I chose this as our beginning position. It is 95 degrees out right now, so I might, when I look at my arm like I have a watch on, I don't. I might melt, but let's go. What are these weeds? Oh. I have to look it up. I think we have officially hit jungle stage in the front yard. So for my lovely subscriber, commenter, which I appreciate, who did not enjoy my the front of the house before, or sorry, the street view before, it's really crazy right now. I am in desperate need of doing some trimming on the yellow creeper. Actually right now the lizard tail is looking really decent, and the cocoplum hedge, I am aware, is way overgrown. However, it just flowered, so I'm letting it go to see if we get more fruit because it set so many flowers. Like, look at that, we already have some cocoa plums on it. So I'm letting it go because I want to see if I get more of them by leaving, like, it flowers and now it'll set fruit. And then if it doesn't set more fruit, definitely, I mean, this is crazy how overgrown it is. Anyway, all native in the front. I love the fact that it creates an entrance, but even I am saying it's a little cuckoo clocks right now. Should we enter through the middle path today instead of coming around the side? Certainly. Above here is Carolina Jasmine. It is not in bloom any longer, but it is still a really pretty vine. On the ground, the yellow flowers that you see, this is perennial peanut. This is a native ground cover as well. And I'm using that in place of lawn. And then you come through. I think it's just so cool to come through underneath the arch up to the center, which I weeded about a week ago now, and it's already starting to grow back because it is rainy season here in Florida. If you're new, we are in Cape Coral, Florida, which is zone 10B, and it is the insanely hot and we're in full-blown like rainy season, which if you look in the distance, there are clouds coming for our afternoon rains. As long as I'm looking this direction, I have 1, 2 David Austin roses. These are Vanessa Bells. And I need to come in and do some deadheading on these. Probably should have done that prior to the tour, but I did not. And as you can see, I'm starting to get a lot of bug pressure on them. I actually think I need to check my journal, and I probably need to do a fertilizing and maybe some BT. I don't know exactly what that is. I'm not actually, oh, you know what? So those little spider mite thingies, that white thing, that's probably what it is. If it gets out of control or out of hand, I usually just pull all the leaves off and it kind of refoliates itself. So up here, this is a mix of star jasmine or Confederate jasmine, depending on whatever name you want to use, and a muscadine grape. It is, like I said in the intro, going crazy. It's awesome. I gotta come out here and do something, but I have grapes started all over this, way more than last year. So I think it must, I have to do, I might have even said this the last time. I need to do some more research. I think maybe the grapes grow on new wood, and that's why I'm seeing more. So I had cut this way back thinking that it was dead, and clearly it was not. I mean, look up in here. We got grapes, 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 grapes. So these will grow big, fat, juicy, and they should turn a purple color. But like, yeah, in here, assuming they make it through without a whole bunch of bugs eating them. But over here is a newly planted bottle brush tree. As you can see, I still have not weeded it, nor have I put any mulch in it, so bad on me. Oh no, we have a butterfly that's stuck. I think he's dead. Oh no, we are watching. He's stuck in a spider web, and there is a wasp eating him, it looks like. I'm sorry. Nature's being nature here. Oh my goodness, who would have thought that would be on the video? Well, I'm not going to interrupt it. And then again, on this side, sorry, just to shift, tons of grapes up in there. And then from this side, you can see the back of the cocoplum hedge. And all the little flowers that have now, they're kind of like here. Boop. See how there's flowers and then there's little nubbins? So it's starting to berry up. And here are some further along berries. Like, so this is why I haven't trimmed it. And I've just kind of let this section go. I have not, clearly I haven't come in and done any weeding and planting. Basically that's going to be the theme, is I haven't been outside. It's been really, really hot. Like, it got extra hot really fast here. And I just haven't been outside to do a whole lot of maintenance. It's that season. Coming back this direction, we've got the muhly grass that puts up really pretty pink and lavendery spikes in the fall. Behind that is a rose tree, which actually is just finishing its bloom, but this is probably the most blooms I've seen on it in a long time. I'm thinking it's because I did do a fertilizing, whatever you want to call it, for it, and then also I didn't do any trimming, and I think this one, like if I look, it's blooming on new wood, but new wood that's kind of further out. So I guess the jury's out on if I should trim it once it's done blooming, because then it'll bloom. I actually kind of like that it's getting fatter, so I'm going to let this one go. And then on the wall here, I need to do some maintenance on the star jasmine, the espalier vine, my gigantic bird of paradise / I don't know what else growing in it. That was here when we moved here. The olive tree, looking so pretty. Let me back up. I love that thing. I think it's just so pretty. I'm very happy I had trimmed it up, pruned it up. I think it was probably in May at this point, and I think she's gorgeous. And then coming around to the circle garden, I have some plans for the circle garden. If I can get it ordered and installed, we might have it for July. We'll see. We've got the Rudbeckia. That is a self-seeding native Rudbeckia here. Anybody know what those flower? I gotta do a Google image search. There's like a vine that's got, that flower, heart-shaped leaves. I'm pretty sure it's not good. It's a really bad one. So I need to look that up because that seems to be kind of winding its way through, and I don't want that to get out of control. Through here, like I said, the theme of the day is going to be weeding, and she needs mulch, folks. She needs mulch. I do see that this pentas coming back. I had cut them way back because they were looking very sad, and that's helping. The other foliage around it is some cannas. I haven't actually seen those bloom in a while. I really mainly have them there to do like chop and drop type stuff. Some pineapples are intermixed in here. Got another penta. That one's looking a little bit sad. Some more weeds. This, I believe, is going to be, there's two of them, Seminole pumpkin. I hope that's what that is. I know I threw some seeds in here, and that seems to be the only thing that took. Got more weeds. Pineapple. And then over here, the Angelonia, which is just kind of finished its bloom, and then it'll rebloom back. This grape was starting to grow pretty decent, and then it's kind of looking a little not happy. Like if you look at these grapes, they're very sad in comparison to the other vine grapes. So I guess we'll see what ends up happening with those. And then over here, this pineapple came out of this group over here, and I just never planted it. I'll shove them in the ground at some point. And again, this is all needing to be weeded heavily because all my perennial peanut has jumped into this border, which is not where I want it. I had planted over here a, what's it called? Trumpet vine, railroad vine, maypie, whatever. Anyway, it's a native vine, and I cannot get the stupid thing to grow and live. So I think it's dead again. And then over there, we did coral honeysuckle, and I don't see that either growing. So what the heck? I don't know. Moving on. Coming this direction. Let's go over here. The Schefflera also needs a pruning to make it look more hedge-like. Lemon tree. It has held on to all of its lemons, but also having some problems. I'm wondering if this means that it's got the green, what do you call it? Citrus screening. Several of the fruits have this on there. Again, I'm sure I could Google it, but not all of them though. So maybe it just hasn't hit on some of them. But I was really excited because I had so many fruits, and then I noticed that it had those weird patches. Like, that one's all right. Those two clearly have the little patch. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with those. Back here, the Ixora growing like crazy. My, the heck? Why can't I think of it? Let's just stand here and make Adrian's brain think. Native tea bush also needs a trimming. So I do kind of the same thing. I'll like limit up, bring her down, and then it just continues to grow and look beautiful. Bougainvillea. Got it. Need to do some trimming on that, and then I want that to, again, I'm going to build a trellis that goes in front, and then I'll have beautiful bougainvillea all across the front. I know that it's thorny. It's fine. Desert rose, I pulled a whole bunch of, the leaves had aphids, and I didn't want to have to treat for it, so I just ripped all the leaves off, and it's already coming back. Like here was one that had them really bad, but they're looking good. I prefer to just take them off because I grow the leaves back pretty easily rather than do a bunch of spraying or BTing. I don't do any, so it would be the organic stuff like a BT, but if I can get away with not doing it, I'd prefer not to. And then let's come this direction. Oh, hello little lizards. Let's turn this way. Haven't shown or done much with the cute little fairy garden lately. I pulled a few weeds, and that was about it. But let's take a look from our front, not porch, but kind of front undercover area. We like to sit here. Not so much this time of year because you don't get any wind movement, but in the winter it's nice. or even a month ago. It's nice. Yeah, look at how tall that is right there. Definitely needs some trimming. Should I just stop saying, well, in need of trimming, in need of trimming. The salvia needs trimming, and then it'll bounce back. I still have not got out here with any new plants. It's fine. The roses, again, these ones I think all have that, whatever that spider mite type thing is. They could use a little bit more fertilizing again. I just started doing these on like trying to do a monthly regimen for the roses to see if that helps. It does seem to be helping the Vanessa Bells. Now those are on their second year in that location. I've moved those poor things every year, but now they're at 2 years in the same location. All of these plants are brand new. Of the 5 that we put in here, 3 survived. So, coming over on this side, I need to say it again, everybody, need to do some trimming. This hibiscus, actually there's 2 of them here, are growing so much. So I want to make this become a tall, beautiful little hedge. In front of that, I really could get in here and do some splitting of these because they have grown enormous. This is more of the muhly grass, and distribute those kind of all around. But anyway, so that's going to grow nice and tall in a hedge. Should be beautiful. I love how the new foliage is pink. And then here I have podocarpus. Those are starting to grow in. Getting some growth on it. Dead guy, getting some growth. I still owe you guys all an update on the sidewalk project, but haven't done that yet. Let's go to the backyard. Okie doke. We are standing outside El Orto, and there are some things in here that I am shocked that are still living. I'm also surprised that I didn't get a lot of living growth from my little seeds I put in, and you know, it is what it is. So, shocking to me, the snapdragons, 1 and 2 over there, are still living. Snapdragons do not like it hot. Do they look awesome? No, but they are living. We have pepper plant. This is my one and only okra that grew from the seed that I put in here. I've never had okra in my life, so we're going to learn together if we like it. But, yep, one of them. These poor guara, these are flowers. I 100% should have planted them before we went up to South Dakota for the wedding. I didn't. I forgot about them. They're going to bounce back. I actually should trim those as well. So it's okay. We've got the Jimmy Nardello peppers that I saved the seeds from the grocery store. They're still putting on fruit. It's just pretty hot, so they're not going to do a whole ton, but they'll bounce back in another month or 2. Have some sage. Oopsie. Some sage there. More weeds. I've just been dumping all of my cuttings right here. This needs some more dirt anyway. I never got around to putting that 3rd bag that's literally still been sitting there. Don't come at me. So I'm kind of composting in place because we're hot here. Things compost pretty quickly and it'll be fine. The butterfly bush over here, Buddleia, is looking amazing. Growing and just keeps flowering and flowering, and it smells so good. Butterflies land on it all the time, which is super fun because my office window is right there. And then over here, the one seed that took on this side is a roselle. Also have never had roselle. It's supposed to make it's like a cranberry substitute. This should get to be 3 feet at least by 3 feet at least by maybe 4 feet tall. So it's got a lot of growth to go, but there she is, growing. The orangey ugly marigolds, of course, they're the ones that are starting to thrive. I'm using those because I need filler, and I also am fixing, or there's supposed to be a nematode. They're supposed to help with the ground when after having tomatoes in a location, then these can come in and correct any potential problems in the dirt, and they are serving that purpose. My dahlia officially has kicked the bucket and I'm just leaving it there. Maybe it'll bounce back after the heat. I don't know. That one little yellow marigold sort of, kind of making it. Got a pepper. We have rosemary that's going awesome. Already covered the snapdragon. Marigolds. This is a zinnia. This is a one of the Floret Farms one. I think it will start to make zinnias again after we're past the super, super, super hot. I feel like up north, like zinnias are a great summer plant, summer flower. But what I'm finding here, that and the dahlias, is it's way too hot. Like our summer is too hot. Like they'll be good again in the fall. And then over here is the Queen's, I'll put the name of it up on the screen. Yes, I still have it tied with twine. No, I haven't put the wires in, but it's doing okay. I mean, there she is. And then over here, this poor, poor palm. It just has to figure out its life right there until I do something with it. And then this is the other butterfly bush. This is the Pugster Pinker. It doesn't look like great because you're comparing it to the other one most likely, but it's doing pretty good. It's growing, it's putting on new growth. I'm happy about it. Neighbors across the way are getting pools installed as well as cages, and those poor guys are here working on a Sunday. They work 7 days a week, I swear. Moving on, the pink puffer tree. She's good. I want to stake up the middle one. I originally didn't want it to get that tall, but now I kind of do. So I went in and did a little bit of pruning here to cause more branching. Like how these are really long, I want them to branch and make like lots of branches on the branches. But I want to get that middle one and stake it up so that it gets a little bit taller. Just because I changed my mind on the height I wanted on that one. Over here, pomegranate, put another flower out, and I don't think it's going to hold on to that fruit, but it's there. So that one's doing pretty good, pretty good. The woolly grass has a weed growing in it. Ignore that. This hibiscus, I think it needs a little fertilizer. Again, I hadn't really done a ton of fertilizing, but now that I've started doing and by fertilizing, I mean like fish emulsion and like organic stuff, because you're not supposed to put tons of fertilizer on during this season. In summer from June to during rainy season, it's a no fertilizer time. So that means like lawn fertilizing, but so need some fish emulsion. Desert roses, kind of same as up front. I pulled off a ton of the leaves and they're now flushing back out. Same with this hibiscus, got some yellow leaves. And the plumeria just keeps plumeryaing you. It'll bloom and bloom and bloom and bloom and bloom. It loves this time of year. Behind that is the Jaboticaba. Not looking crazy happy, but this side of the yard does not have any irrigation. Oh, I guess that was another comment. So I do have irrigation, but this side of the yard, when we had the pool work done after Ian, we put in this sidewalk to go down to the dock, and it severed the irrigation on this side of the yard. So this side gets 0 irrigation, and that side only has 2 heads, of which one is, like you can see where it's this dead zone here. The sprinkler head starts there, and it's a big one. So I don't have it rotating because I don't want it to go on the concrete. So long story. Oh, and then over there, I forked off one of the irrigation heads to do drip. So that's on drip. But over here, I've got nothing. Eventually, we will tunnel under or maybe come from the line that comes from the side of the house. But that's why this side looks a little worse for wear. Like here, there's nothing in that. That was severed. Hopefully that explains that. I have plans to make this look nicer down here. It's just always been pretty low on my list of importance, but it's looking real rough. And I still have not replaced the light or fixed the light after Ian ripped the bulb or the top of it off. Don't worry, power's shut off to that. Yeah, look it. We're gonna be getting some storms pretty soon, pretty quick here, I think. This is the same Queen's thing that I'll put on the screen. It actually is living, considering I haven't really watered it. It's nice that it's rainy season. Haven't done a darn thing to it. And then over here, this is the Barbados cherry that replaced the other one, and this one also looks pretty good considering I haven't babied it. And then the other thing that I should show you. So I didn't do it on camera because quite frankly, I looked like arse that day and I didn't want to film myself. But I did a reset in the lanai area. So I did a huge cleanup, blew all the stuff, and then I did a slight rearranging, which you can still see my broom and the blower. But I moved, so hold on, I'm sorry, I got too close. I was trying to get out of the sun that just is going to pop out. I moved the Blackstone and the Traeger from that wall over there to be slightly under this roof/ceiling so that when I cook, I'm not under direct sun and I'm not in the rain. Don't worry, there's plenty of space back here for the heat, and even when the smoker's on, the fans and everything pull the smoke this direction. So that was change number one. Change number two, because this wasn't here, I used to have the shelving, those metal shelves, right over here. So I moved that, which I actually really like. It like clears up this section a lot. And then I rearranged the furniture ever so slightly. So this flowery one that's got tears and everything all over it used to be where that one is. That one used to be here, so there's like a little aisle behind it. And then that chair was here where I currently have this table with plants on it. So rearranged that. And then took that shelf and put it in the corner, which I really, really like. In the corner was where the fiddle leaf was, but I shoved that over a little bit. This used to be sitting over here, moved that. That's a big boat. Gonna be getting back just in time from the rain, folks. That's probably what they're trying to do. Anyway, so put the metal shelf there and then did a general cleanup, move fiddle leaf fig over. I really like it. It opened up looking out to the canal. And oh, what is that? Is there like a boat that they're working on? No, it's one of those big boys, big engines over there. That's annoying, isn't it? Anyway, coming back. Before we left for South Dakota, I didn't want all of my didn't want all of the hanging plants to die, so I, real janky ran some irrigation. So now my hanging flower pots and the green stock are on drip, although it's probably not quite enough for the green stock, but it's fine. So that's my next project, is to come in here and tack these up properly and get this so it doesn't look so bad. I also, let me show you over here. Oh my gosh, look at all the bugs there. We gotta get those off there. Anyway, so here's what I did. I tapped off of this irrigation head on a 1/2-inch tubing. Then I took from the 1/2-inch tubing to the 1/4-inch tube. And then the 1/4-inch tube is dropped down. We got little emitters. I know these look bad. These have been in here a long time. I think I just need to get new plants. Although the Proven Winners ones look fine. So they're tapped off with little irrigation heads and they run on irrigation schedule. So that's pretty fun. And then in the green stock, we've got the leftover verbena, which I just cut a whole bunch of it back. The zinnias are looking, like I said, I think these are actually going to seed. Look at that. Huh. Well, that's fun. Maybe they'll just go to seed in here. Sorry, just realized you weren't seeing anything. Well, there you go. Maybe I'll have a whole bunch of zinnias that'll be in there. And then I've got peanuts, literally food peanuts that you eat, that the ones out in my raised bed didn't take off, but the ones in here, a whole bunch of them did. So that's an experiment. And then I just cut back all the basil that's at the bottom because, again, it was bolting. It's really hot, and it does not like being that hot. And one last thing on the tour before we wrap it up. Here is a banana update. It never did drop another bunch. So that's as many hands as we're getting on there. It's kind of crazy. It's not a whole lot. Not a whole lot indeed. And I think that's where we're going to end it. I am sweating and we're going to call it. Thank you for watching this June 2026 garden tour. And let me know in the comments if you know some of the answers to some of the things I was babbling about. The lemons, the whatever that heart-shaped vine, you know, etc., etc. And then thanks for watching. Bye.